UFC 325 is this Saturday. Here are my picks for the entire card. Starting off, Aaron Tao and Namasari Batbayar. Um, Aaron Tao is a wrestler slash striker, uh, solid in the takedown area. He has some good control in the grappling. I like the work he does on the ground a lot. Seems to have some good cardio from the little I've seen of him. Um, Namasari is a young dude, scrappy, pretty athletic overall, good in the scrambles, really resilient, but I like Aaron Tao better in this fight. I feel like the wrestling, that's going to be a huge advantage for him if he wants to use it. Uh, I'm picking him just off of experience. I think he'll be able to control the rounds a lot more, but I do think Batbuyer will have some good striking, not enough to get it done. And I think Aaron Tao gets it done by 30-27 decision. I don't know if I've seen this dude fight, if he's been in the UFC before, but I've definitely seen this guy before somewhere, wherever he was uh, on the international scene. It says this is his debut, but I've definitely seen him. Like you don't forget a face like this, dude. So, next fight, Lawrence Louis and Sologrambo, whatever the hell his name is. Um, Another two guys in their debut. Um, Solongrambo, good striker. He's got power in his hands. Uh, Not a lot to go off on this guy, but he's definitely got hands for sure. I don't think his grappling is too superior. Um, for Lawrence Louis, he's a lot more well rounded. Seen him strike, seen him grapple, seen his cardio, and he's a lot more well rounded than this guy. He's not gonna have that one punch knockout power, so this pick could come back to bite me. But I'm taking Lawrence Louis just because I think he can do more in every department, but there is that chance that uh, he does get knocked out. Uh, he has that one punch knockout power, so uh, we'll see what happens. But I think this is going to be a good fight. Who is the favorite in this? The knockout artist is the favorite. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Nakamura and Sebastian Slaze. Uh, Nakamura is a grappler. Got the judo background, good submission games, top control. He's obviously going to want the fight to hit the ground immediately. Um, Sebastian is a karate type striker. Um, good, good range. I like the range of this guy. Um, so this one's kind of tough for me, but I am going to take Nakamura by armbar in this one. Um, I just think the grappling is going to overpower Slaze. So, and I'm not too familiar with all these like road to UFC guys. So, um, take everything with a grain of salt. Um, yeah. Next up, Sanwat Kim and Damar Fan. Um, Sangwat Kim, good striker, good jab, leg kick. He maintains distance well, and he has some good volume. Um, Damar Fan, he is a brawler. He's got heart, but people that have experience on him, he's not the greatest. So I'm gonna take Sangwat Kim in this fight. I just think the technicality of his strikes he's just gonna dominate all the rounds. So I'm going to take him by a 29-28 decision. Next up, here we go. Now we're getting to the guys everyone knows. Con Offley and Yizza. Uh, Con Offley's got a solid mixture of tricks in his bag, wrestling and striking. Um, I like the control that he has. He has some solid work in the clinch. Yizza's a striker, big punches and kicks. He's going to want to be in the stand up. Con Offley's not going to want to be in the stand up with this guy. Very powerful. Um, I think Con Offley will figure that out very quickly. And he's got to use his grappling, hopefully, if he wants to win. And I think if this Yizza guy gets taken down, I do not think he's going to get up until the end of the rounds. So, I do think in the beginning, Con Offley is going to get cracked by Yizza. Uh, I don't know. I don't think Con Offley's fight IQ is the best. So, I think Yizza's going to crack him, and then Con Offley's going to be grappling, clinch work, all that for uh, most of the fight. Uh, so I'm going to take Con Offley by a 29-28 decision. Could maybe see a late round submission in the third, but I would more than likely say a decision. Um, Next up, we have Jonathan Mikalev versus Oban Elliott. Mikalev's a very technical guy. Good striking. Striker first, good range, good footwork. Really good under pressure. Um, Oban Elliott is literally a decision merchant, dude. He's a brawler. He has volume when he strikes, uh, but he is known to wear down his opponents. And I really want to pick Oban Elliott in this one, but I know Jonathan Mikalev. He's got a huge reach advantage over him. And I think he's going to be able to. Shit, dude. I was going to pick Oban Elliott in this fight, but I can't anymore. Dude, Jonathan Mikalev's got a pretty big reach advantage over him. So I'm going to take Jonathan Mikalev in this fight. Um, I think Jonathan Mikalev just overall is better everywhere than Oban Elliott. So um, unfortunate. The Wales need some contenders. That's why I like Wales. So I was gonna pick Oban Elliott, but sitting here thinking about it, dude, I can't, dude. I just don't see a world where Oban Elliott gets it done. So also, Jonathan Mikalev's a southpaw, so I think that's gonna give Oban Elliott some issues. Next up, we have Jacob Malkoun and Torres Finney. I thought uh, Torres Finney was a favorite here, but I guess not. Probably because Jacob Malkoun's got the experience on him. Both these guys are wrestlers. We could see a situation where uh, that'll cancel out and they just start striking. But Torres Finney, he's undefeated. I don't see him abandoning his bread and butter. So there is a lot to prove for him. Big weight on his shoulder here. This will be his second fight in the UFC. Um, Jacob Malkoun's got good chain wrestling, top pressure, but he's not the best in striking. Um, but fun fact, he did beat Cam Rouston. People forget, man. Back in 2017, dude. People forget. Jacob Malkoun beat a young Cam Rouston. It was by decision, but anyway, I'm still picking Torres Finney to win. He's younger, more explosive, and I think he's just going to be able to dominate, dude. Like, look at this guy. He's freaking huge, but the way you look, size really doesn't matter. So, uh, I don't even know why I brought that up, but yeah. I think it's going to be a boring fight. I don't see Torres Finney having any real damaging strikes when they're on the ground. I think he's going to get him to the ground, pass his guard, throw a couple like really weak strikes so the ref doesn't stand him up. So I'm going to take Torres Finney by 30-27 decision. Now, the next fight, Cam Rouston, the guy we just talked about, and Cody Brundage. So Cam Rouston by literally whatever the hell he wants, dude. Like, this is a layup for Cam Rouston, dude. For some fucking reason, I picked Andre Petroski to beat him. I thought the wrestling would be a problem, but Cam Rouston, he got them hands, dude. So this is his second UFC fight, so Cam Rouston, he got something to prove. I like the pace Cam Rouston has, and I'm not doing this dumb shit last time where I was like, ooh, wrestler could beat him, cause nah, I'm not doing that again. And for Cody Brundage, dude, I'm not picking a fucking guy that lost to Cedric Dumas. Like, no. So this is easy money for Cam Rouston. Huge reach advantage, as you can see. So yeah, I'm picking Cam Rouston, round one, knockout. He's gonna knock Cody Brundage out cold. Next fight, Junior Tafa and Billy Elikana. Uh, Another one, I feel like we can all predict this. Um, Unless you want to be ballsy. We know Junior Tafa, he's a boxer. Elikana, grappler. Pretty easy choice considering how Junior Tafa's career has gone. He literally has no ground game, no cardio. Like, this is the definition of a guy that genuinely needs 2 3 year Dagestan. I'm not even joking. Elikana's, he's got, the wrestling's just in his veins, dude. Um, he's got good takedowns and ground control, submissions, ground and pound. He's got everything you need. So I do think he has some confidence going into the fight. I think he does stand with Junior Tafa for a little bit. Um, but it's MMA. You never know what could happen. You could see not Justin, Junior Tafa throw a big overhand, and he could just put Billy Eilish to sleep. But I'm not I'm not taking that risk. I'm taking Billy Eilish, round one rear naked choke. Who is the favorite? That's what I thought. Okay. Next up, Quillen Salkild is back against Jamie Malarkey, dude. This guy's eyebrows, like, dude, this dude's just makes me laugh, bro. Um, Another fight, we basically know the outcome. Um, yeah, Malarkey is gonna win by decision. We know Quillen Salkild can only beat minorities. Um, we all know this, so easy pick. Jamie Malarkey by decision. I'm joking. Yeah, Quillen Salkild's gonna fucking knock this dude out, bro. Um, he's gonna knock him out in the first round, dude. Uh, Personally, I think Jamie Malarkey looks like shit. Uh, when he's striking, he takes a shitload of damage. He does have heart. And another fun fact about this guy, dude fought Volk, like Volkanovski, like Alexander the Great Volkanovski, like the guy that's fighting for his title on this card. He fought Volk back in like 2016, but he did lose, unfortunately. But that's just crazy, dude. This dude fought the UFC champion back like 10 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, uh, we know what Quillen Salkild's on, dude. Crazy highlight reel KOs, good spinning attacks, flying attacks. So I'm taking Quillen Salkild by flying knee towards the end of round one, like 30 seconds left. I think he throws a flying knee. That's easy money for Quillen Salkild. Next up, Tai Tuivasa, the Shuivasa. versus Taliesin Teixeira. Bam Bam is back. Both guys coming off a loss. I'm excited for this fight. Uh, Bam Bam, 5-fight losing streak. Teixeira is also coming off a loss to Derek Lewis. My dumbass actually thought that Taliesin was coming back, but you can't grab the fucking cage, you dumbass. So he lost, but um, I am kind of, I don't know with my pick. I was very certain on picking Taliesin Teixeira at first, but I'm thinking about it. Ty is, he sounds like he's doing a lot better. He sounds like he's got a good mindset. Sounds like he had a good camp. Um, so I don't. This really could go either way. Let's see the odds. Taliesin Teixeira is a huge favorite here, but it is heavyweight, dude. You never know. Heavyweight's so hard to predict. I just like Taliesin Teixeira better. It's hard to pick Tuivasa, dude, with this 5-fight losing streak. And I feel like Taliesin Teixeira is hungry. Actually, earlier today I saw a video he posted. Um, he lost to Derek Lewis last year, and he was like saying some stuff. He's upset about it, gonna come back better, whatever. Um, I feel like if he's got the motivation, he can get it done. But dude, this is honestly kind of a huge fight, I think, for Taliesin Teixeira. If you lose to two unks straight in a row, dude, like you're cooked. Like the UFC is gonna be so pissed, dude. You're not gonna be able to. The UFC's not gonna want anything to do with you. You can't lose two straight to two old men. You just can't. The heavyweight division needs stars because they do not have any right now. Like in lightweight or featherweight, you have multiple stars. Heavyweight, you got three. You got Waldo, you got Cyril Gane, and you got Big Tom. That's it. So, Taliesin Teixeira, you better win this fight. Um, yeah. Uh, he beat, who was that one fight? Justin Tafa. I think that was the only fight he's had in the UFC was Justin Tafa, and he beat him pretty easily. I like the way Taliesin Teixeira strikes. I think he needs to work on his striking a lot, though. It's obviously very sloppy. Um, that could be fixed in this fight, but we'll see. See how he looks. I like the knees. I like the elbows. And the one that Justin Tafa took from him, that was gnarly. Uh, so I am actually gonna take shit Taliesin Teixeira by a big knee up the middle, and then he's gonna ground and pound Tai Tuivasa to get a finish. Uh, yeah, the UFC, dude. If Taliesin Teixeira loses this fight, um, he's cooked. He's so cooked. So I feel like the exchanges could be close. So I feel like Tai Tuivasa could get a couple really good shots off, but we'll see. But I'm taking Taliesin Teixeira round one TKO. Next up, now this is probably the fight I'm looking forward to the most. I like both of these guys. Also, this is not what Fiziev looks like, dude. Fiziev went to Thailand, and that motherfucker is jacked as shit, dude. So, dude is huge. Looks really good. I hear people saying, like, why doesn't he go to featherweight? He has a fuckload of muscle on him. So, um, I like this fight for both guys. They both have their pros. Roofy's got that range to strike with you. Doesn't really have the ground game. We saw that with BSD. He is training with Volk, but you know what? Who cares? Honestly, bro, who cares? I feel like this doesn't matter as much as people think. I think it matters somewhat in a way, but you have who was it? Roman Dolidze training with Marab, and he got dog walked by Anthony Hernandez. Dog walked. So I don't think it matters who you're training with. Obviously, you can't say 100%. I think it definitely helps sometimes who you're training with, definitely. Um, and I think Rufy is going to be better in that takedown area if Fiziev chooses to take him down, which he should. Um, I just don't think training with Volk means a whole lot. I think it shouldn't mean as much as people are saying. I think people are bringing that up way too much. I am picking Fiziev in this fight, if you couldn't tell already. Um, I do like Rufy. I do like the fighting nerds. I think Fiziev is just a better technical striker. Um, I think he's going to be able to dodge some of the longer strikes that Rufy pulls out. Um, I just think I think Fiziev's got more to his game. That's why I'm picking Fiziev in this fight. You know what else? Um, People were picking, and I've heard this a lot on TikTok and shit, but people are saying they were picking Fiziev to beat Oliveira. They're saying Fiziev didn't have the knockout power. Like in this fight, they're saying Fiziev doesn't have the knockout power to uh, win the fight. And I'm like, okay, so what the hell were you saying about like you're saying Oliveira was gonna get knocked out by Fiziev? Like, dude, Fiziev got who do you, and he didn't even. This is some BS right here. Fiziev was fighting Hanato Moicano. He had a nasty knockdown, and he got like one more punch in, and then the ref called it. That was definitely an early stoppage. I encourage you to go back and watch that fight. That was 100% a early stoppage. So, um, no, I don't think Fiziev has a knockout power. I never have. But he's a good striker. He's got the Muay Thai background, and I think that's enough to get it done. I think he's gonna chop at the legs. I'm going into my inner Joe Rogan here, but I think if Fiziev is smart and he goes for those legs, tries to take out that base of Huffy, um, I do think it's going to be a close fight. It is hard to tell. This really is a 50-50 for me. I could see this going either way, um, but I think Fiziev's going to get it done. A little more well rounded. Um, yeah. Also, Uh, I think he needs to shoot takedowns. Whether they land or not, I don't know, but I think that'll be the deciding factor in this fight. Um, and even if he doesn't he doesn't succeed at the takedown, continue to do it because that's just gonna be in the back of Mauricio Rufy's mind. Like, just continue to shoot, not continuously annoyingly and you're not getting shit out of it, but keep that in the back of his mind. Have him thinking about that. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think Fiziev is going to do a lot with the takedowns, obviously. Maybe a couple punches, maybe past the guard. Um, could help him. I think that would help him a lot if he got him for the ground in a little bit and started doing just a few punches. That's all. So I think this fight is going to be very tight, and I think there's going to be a lot of controversy about it after it's over. I have Rafael Fiziev by 29-28 split decision. Now for the co-main event, Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. One of the commentators called him Benoit, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So I've just been calling him Benoit. Why not? Um, Oh yeah, I forgot about this shit. Before we get into the fight, this had me dying today. So on Paramount, they put in the Italian version for Dan Hooker's name, and they have it as I'm not joking, dude. They have it Dan Prostituta or some shit like that. Like they directly translated bro's last name. That shit was just hilarious, bro. I'm like, there's no way, but yeah, I makes sense. Hooker, uh, prostitute. Yeah, I thought that shit was hilarious. But um, I have BSD winning the fight. That BS that Dan Hooker wanted to pull against Arman and try to take him down, bro. That was just dumb as hell. You tried to get a guillotine on him. That really showed off your fight IQ there, Dan. And I used to really like you, but becoming a bit of a cunt. So, um, yeah. And dude, if he pulls that out against BSD, it's just gonna be the same exact result. BSD's a better grappler than Dan Hooker. BSD's not better than Arman, but he's definitely better than Dan Hooker. Um, a few weeks ago, I was gonna pick Dan Hooker. I like the way Dan Hooker fights. He's a cool dude. Um, he's good at promoting the fights, but dude, he can't get the knockouts anymore. Um, Honestly, bro, I go out and say that BSD's got more knockout power. Um, and even, dude, last year when they had Dan Hooker versus Gaethje, I was favoring Dan Hooker in that fight at the time. Not no more. Um, I do think Dan Hooker is gonna jump a guillotine, dude. I do think that's gonna happen. Um, so I just think BSD is gonna get another one, take the back of Dan, get a rear naked choke. I do think he'll be able to show off some of his striking for a little bit, but you don't want to stand with Dan Hooker for too long because that dude is not a quitter when it comes to striking. At least I think Dan will crack the chin of BSD, but um, I don't think it'll go anywhere. I don't think Dan Hooker's gonna like TKO him or anything. So I'm picking BSD, and I'm picking him by round two rear naked choke. And if Benoit Saint Denis gets this W, you're talking about him facing the winner of Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Um, I think that's a good. What is that? That's who would he beat? Beneil. He beat Huffy, and then if he beats Dan Hooker, I feel like that's a fair fight to make. Uh, BSD is kind of a dog, dude. That Poirier fight, everybody still talks about that, even to this day, dude. But I think BSD, he's got that dog in him, dude. So I do have BSD getting the win there. Now, for the main event, Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez 2. Um, I do think this fight is going to be closer than a lot of people are saying. A lot of people have it going down the same exact way as last time. I do not. I think Diego Lopez is going to be improved. I think Volkanovski is going to be improved. Both guys are going to be improved in their own way. I think Diego Lopez is going to lose, unfortunately. I do like Diego Lopez, but I also like Volk. Who doesn't like Volk, dude? I think the UFC, but he they gave him Max Holloway 3 times, so yeah. I'm picking Volk in this match. Just the wrestling. I think he'll be able to dominate in the wrestling. He'll take Diego Lopez down. Uh, Diego Lopez he's gonna sit in guard and try to play with him there. As Volk, dude, he's not. He'll be all right. I'm not worried about Volk at all. Uh, it's gonna be a good fight, man. Um, I think it's going to be a 48-47. I think it's going to be really close, but I think it's going to be pretty clear that Volk won the fight. Um, and everybody talks about, I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. This shouldn't even be a narrative. Volk retiring. He doesn't seem interested at all in retiring. So I think Volk's going to hang around for a while yet. I think he's got at least 2 more in him, at least. Um, so I am taking Volk. It kind of sucks that Volk is going to stay in the featherweight division. I don't want to see him try to go up again. Obviously, Topuria is a champ, but the physique at 155 is just not it, Volk. Like, he did not look super athletic. So, I'm taking the great Volkanovski to win this fight. I think it's going to be a dog fight again. I think there's going to be a lot of things that go the same way as the first time. I think they're both going to crack each other quite a bit. But I have Volk getting the edge just in the wrestling. I don't see a world where Diego Lopez gets control of Volkanovski on the ground. I think where Diego Lopez is going to have the edge is the striking. And even that's questionable. Volk's a very good striker. Volkanovski's a guy that's elite everywhere, dude. He can submit you, he can knock you out, he can do whatever. So, um, I'm picking Volk. This is gonna be a banger of a fight. This is not the best card. They have not cooked the UFC. They have not cooked yet this year. There are some good fights on this card, 100%. But I don't know shit about these guys that are on the early prelims, bro. Like, I know very, very little about some of these guys. So, I mean, I'm happy that I'm gonna be able to get to know them as fighters. So that'll be pretty cool. But other than that, you got a big name like Quillen Salkeld. Uh, Huge favorite, by the way. I didn't even point that out. Quillen Salkeld is a huge favorite. So, um, and I don't know why the hell they didn't have Quillen Salkeld at the press conference. I feel like Jamie Malarkey's not the kind of guy to banter a lot, so um, that could be a reason. But that sucks that Quillen Salkeld wasn't at the press conference, and there's nothing interesting there anyway. So I'm not even gonna fucking attempt to break it all down. So Tuivasa is coming back, hype. Mauricio Huffy, big name right now in the UFC. Um, Dan Hooker, BSD. For Dan Hooker, I don't like this coming back so quick thing. I get it. Um, you trying to prove something, but I swear it was like a couple weeks after he had another fight announced, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? So, I don't like that for Dan Hooker either. So, uh, yeah, some solid names on the card, but nothing super interesting. So, um, yeah, that's all I got for the video today. Um, break everything down after 325 happens. Uh, give you my reaction to everything that went down. Thanks for watching the video. I will see you later.